deck section.
We're live. Front door looks good. The other doors are working just fine. Your roof is a a traditional 3-tab asphalt roof. It is, in my estimation, 10 to 15 years old. They typically last 20. It looks like we do have good granule retention still, but we also have some lifting shingles. We've got some areas where we've got some missing granules, and then an area where we've got a missing shingle itself. Those are all minor. I would tell you to get a roofer up there, let's get some chemicals on there to keep the moss off of it. Let's see if we don't want to patch a couple of these areas. And then one thing in particular that I want you to be aware of, and bringing that roofer out here will give you comfort. Right up here by the chimney, there's a very, very soft spot in the roof. And so when I got into the attic space, I was able to look up under there, and there may have been, I believe, some moisture that might have gotten into that piece of roof sheathing. But more so, there is indeed a hole in the roof sheathing for which, when they put the second roof on, because again, this is not the original roof of 52 years ago, they deemed that piece of sheathing to be acceptable. Now, nobody's going to be walking on your roof, and so that is how more damage could get done to that piece of sheathing. But again, nobody's walking on your roof but a roofer. But I would get somebody out here to give you comfort that piece of sheathing is still viable, which I believe it is. The garage, we've got some cracks in the flooring. We've got some sanding and painting of the exterior wood. We do have a safety issue in the garage. Actually, we've got two of them. We've got open electrical receptacles and switches, and so we want to close those up so little Johnny doesn't decide to put his finger in there. The door leading from the the laundry facility into the garage does have the automatic door closing hinges. However, the door sweep on the bottom of that door does not allow it to close shut, as those automatic door closing hinges should do. So that is a safety issue because of the fire issue. So I think what happened is when they put the new flooring in the laundry room, it raised that flooring. Now that door doesn't want to close shut because of the floor sweep. So we'll just need to adjust that.
So going back to the electrical outlets, are those just covers that need to be put over?
Just covers, yes. Yep. There is a exhaust fan that the gentleman that owns the house currently put a hole in the side of the garage to exhaust heat out, I believe. One of those louvers is stuck open, so you want to close that so we don't invite bees and whatnot in. But I wanted to let you know that if, and more likely when he removes that, he may just patch over it or leave a hole in the garage. The other thing I wanted to point out is you've got a space underneath the flooring of the laundry room, because I don't believe the laundry room was original to the home. So this is the space underneath the laundry room, and you've got some flooring and some tile, some extra of that stuck back in that corner. So I want you to be aware that that was back there. The kitchen, the only thing in the kitchen that I was concerned about was the oven does not have the proper anti-tip devices on it. Did I leave that on, or did I? Your lower oven works really well. I can feel it from here. So we want to get the anti-tip devices on that so little Johnny doesn't pull the door down and step on it and everything moves forward, coming down on him. So this is something that's interesting, and I'm not sure if you can see it. The minimum distance from here to here, I believe, and I will confirm this because I was actually looking at it for another client this morning, is 20 inches. This is about 15. And so my concern there is at about 9 inches, heat starts to dissipate. You're getting a lot of heat up under here, and there's I guess there's nothing plastic, but I would just keep an eye on it and make sure that you clean up under there, and we're making sure that we're not getting too much heat in there.
And that was the odd thing that I noticed about, because we're doing cabinets and everything else, they want to do new ones, but in between the one that's above the refrigerator and then the one that's above the microwave, generally you don't have the cabinets that are above the microwave, but they are about 5 inches longer than the other ones, which was just a little bit off.
Yeah, yeah.
And so we're gonna pause on that one